I'm here on a very foggy day at Dinosaur National Monument. This is right on the border of Utah and Colorado, and it's one of the best places in the world to see fossils from dinosaurs while they are still in the ground. There are also a couple of geocaches here, including a few traditionals, and of course, some great Earth caches and virtuals. Let's go find some. So our first cache is right by the entrance. Tag me in your picture on Instagram. And it is some sort of large dinosaur. Doris the Apatosaurus. And there is a geocache right around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. All right, it looks like it's on the other side of this thing. So we'll have to do the classic fun of hopping over this fence here. Oh, I think I see it. There we go. Doesn't get much better than an ammo can in a bush. And inside, oh yeah, there's our logbook. We also have a weird one-eyed squishy ball thing, some discarded plastic. New Statue of Liberty, the story behind the scenery, download now. A wow magnet, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Feel free to pause and take a look. But what I care about is this. Let's get this signed. There we go. Okay, that one, ready for the next finder. Let's go find another. Now, you know how I said there are a bunch of virtual and Earth caches here in the park? Well, today I'm not going to bother with any of those. We're off to get physical caches only. Now, I have nothing against virtuals and Earth caches, but I definitely prefer a physical cache. Plus, I've been to the quarry before, and if you really want to see it, there are a bunch of actual travel vloggers out there with proper videos about it. Okay, fine. Here's a shot of me touching a fossil that was in the visitor center. You happy? Anyway, we skipped the quarry tour and headed down the scenic drive into the park, stopping briefly at a river access point so that I could make a bad joke. Fish in dinosaur. It's probably not very good for the fish. From there, we continued on to the Josie Morris cabin. This cabin in the middle of the park was lived in for decades up until the 1960s. Josie Morris's cabin. Let's see if anybody's home. For some reason, I wandered around the building filming as though I thought walking through a dusty cabin quietly would make for a good video. Then I noticed something that only a complete nerd would think is cool. What's cool is you can see the remnants of maybe newspapers or some sort of other paper that I would assume, without having read any other signage, was used as a sort of wallpaper or maybe insulation. Not sure. Got musical notes up there. That's cool. It's not every day you get to walk through a log cabin in the middle of a national monument. I can't imagine living out here, though. It's so desolate, so alone. And just when you think, like, that's crazy living out here by yourself, but she lived here until she was 90. And if that's not enough, Morris was tried and acquitted for cattle rustling when she was in her 60s, and made her own wine and brandy out here from scratch during Prohibition. Suffice to say, yeah, that's pretty badass. That was about all the sign reading I did. From there, I just wandered around, starting to feel existential dread. It's almost kind of sad. Makes you wonder, did Josie park this here one day and just never pick it up again? It's weird to think about. Almost as weird as the video tie-in I'm about to make. Is this an artesian well? I don't know, but there is a sign right there saying, "Do not drink." What an absolutely beautiful place to live, though. Anyway, we have a geocache to find, so let's get on the move. So you're catching us on the car cam here, and as you can see, the rain has just started as we're getting ready to park and go get our next geocache today. So, yeah, this'll be fun. I know, I said I wouldn't be reading any more signs, but one more caught my eye, letting us know that black bears, and more concerningly, mountain lions, were in the area. So we just parked at the parking area for this next geocache. The cache is over there somewhere. And I don't know how well you can tell, but there's a big river valley right here. So that'll be fun. It'll be especially fun since it started raining, and well, I hope there's no chance of a flash flood or something in here. That would be less than ideal. Anyway, let's go. Well, we gotta cross the river. I don't know the easiest way to do that without getting wet. And like I said, with the rain, I really hope this doesn't keep rising. But that's a problem for future me, I guess. Whoa, that is a bit chilly. I'm looking down there and wondering if that rock right there might be our chance to get across. How do we get to that rock? That's another story. So our rock is somewhere down the bank here. I don't know if we can get to that. All right, you know what? I'm starting to think that YOLOing across these rocks over to the bank is the way to do it. Yes, I just said YOLO unironically like it's 2014. Don't judge. I'm mostly focused on not having to make the rest of this hike with soggy boots. There. Easy. And now it's the turn of my fearless companion, who just moved that branch to block the first rock for some reason.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe she has a plan. Oh, she's already falling in. She's not even left the first bank yet.
Okay.
I don't know what she's trying to do. She's trying to put down a branch to give her an extra point to hold onto for balance. It didn't work. Easy. And it's still raining a little bit, so I hope that this does not increase in height at all, or else our little rock steps there are going to be long gone. I will leave this over here for us on the way back. Anyway, on to the cache. Yeah, the views here are simply incredible. So our cache is that away. There's a little geo trail here, but also some little claw prints that also seem to use this trail. We're not alone out here. Let's hope this video does not get too exciting now. Well, we can still see our car way over there. Geocache is about 1/10 of a mile straight ahead. We're about at the edge of our little pasture here, so we might be doing some small rock scrambling. Let's see what we find. Is this a trail? Maybe not. Kind of ends right there. I have learned from many years of doing this, there are two laws of geocaching. The first is there's always a trail to the cache, and the second is you'll almost always find it on the way back. Now you may be wondering, hold on, physical geocaches aren't allowed in National Park Service properties. Well, you're right, mostly. And that's true for Dinosaur National Monument as well, but this geocache is actually just outside the border of the park on BLM land. And that first one that I found earlier, that was also just outside the park right before the entrance area. We're like 100 feet from the cache. And this geocache has been here for a while. It was hidden over 22 years ago. Look at that. Gorgeous. Oh, I love the formation of these petrified sand dunes. So cool. Suddenly a lot of uphill at the very end. I know it's not quite where the cache is, but these little caves would make an awesome hiding spot for geocache. Yeah, it seems like I was about 22 years late to that realization, because just 50 feet further, coordinates are pointing somewhere over here. Oh. Oh, man. Let's go get that. How do we get up there? All right, let's just... Oh, my shoes are all covered with sand. No, that's not gonna work. I wonder if we have to go over there and move over. Or right along here. Let's try that. Just tall enough for that to work. Well, it's still kind of slippery. Whew. I don't know if the slope of this is coming across on the camera, but yeah, it's kind of steep. There it is. Oh man. This geocache has been here for over 20 years, 2 decades. And it's in a pretty cool hiding spot too. Way up here in these petrified sand dunes. Let's see what's inside. Nice big ammo can full of stuff. We have the logbook. Wow, is that the original logbook from 2002? No. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. Some old paper. This is a copy of the geocaching listing, a printout from geocaching.com from 2004 with the number 70 circled on there. Remember the days when we had to print these out and carry them with us while using our little Garmin e-treks or whatever to find the coordinates? You couldn't store the actual cache data on your GPS, and smartphones were just a twinkle in Steve Jobs' eyes. Geocache site, please read. Got all sorts of stuff in here. Found at Josie's homestead. Hey, I was just there. Ooh, look at this, an old railroad spike. Golf balls, pens, more golf balls. Yeah, this is a pretty classic Going Caching 2013. Yeah, all sorts of fun stuff in here. But as always, I am most interested in this right here. If this is the original logbook from 2002, that is really cool. Let's get this open. I wonder if that email still works. The phone doesn't even have an area code. Shows a sign of its age. Yeah, look at that. This is the original logbook from April of 2002. Over 2 decades old. Wow. And you can see, people used to really write long logs in geocaches back in the day when you had full logbooks like this. What a cool piece of history this is. Wow. All right, let me get my name added to one of these blank spots, and I'll definitely have to write a little something. But just one more time, what an amazing location for a geocache to be hidden. Log is in. Let's get this back in its cove over here. And yeah, this one is ready for the next finder. We'll see how long that takes. The last log was from 2023, almost a year ago, so this one might have a little time before it sees another cacher. And now, to get down. I think I'll just try to go the same way I got up here. And of course, I'll film it just in case something hilariously bad happens. Of course, everything's slightly slick since it's been raining as well. Let's get to that shelf. There we go, easy. We'll just go. Perfect. Goodbye, geocache. And now to make the trek back to the car. Hopefully before the rain gets any heavier. We also have some antelope tracks back here. Quite a few of them. Seems like they really enjoy this area. Warning, the following clips will show skeletal remains of an animal. If that's not something you want to see, please look away until I say, "We are back in our meadow," in about 30 seconds. Again, wait until the phrase, "We are back in our meadow," in about 30 seconds. Yeah, didn't end well for this guy. Won't give me a content strike showing a separated bony arm, will it? From a antelope or something with hooves? Well, hopefully that means the mountain lions have already eaten and they will not be looking for any geocachers to feast on. Hopefully. Yeah, if there was any doubt, it did not end well for this guy. Hopefully that wasn't the last cacher that tried to get up here. We are back in our meadow. There's a sight of the car way down there. The only thing that can stop us now is that river. And wouldn't you believe it, right after we find the cache and we're on our way back to the car, the rain stops and it looks like the sun's about to come out. So, it's sometimes how it happens. So if you're still with us, at this point, we have lost the trail that we were on. We found a different trail, but we aren't sure where we crossed the river. You can see the car way over there, but everything's dependent on us finding that way across. Or a better way, I wouldn't complain. Oh yeah, there we go. Coyote prints that we saw before. So we must be on the right track. Big golden tree that we saw before. We're back at our crossing. There's our stick. And there's the way up. The water doesn't look much different, thankfully. So, well, let's grab this and get going. Wash all the mud off of that. Whoa, that one is not sturdy. That one is. So is that one. That one's a little slippery but sturdy. Now I just need to make the final jump up to that. There. Javelin. Good luck.
Thank you.
Easy. We will leave this over here for the next geocacher. And hopefully the water doesn't get any higher for them. Now we just get up to the car. We've made it back to the parking lot with the car. We were able to cross the river without falling in. And there we go. Those are the 2 physical geocaches you can find in Dinosaur National Monument, or right outside the border of Dinosaur National Monument.